Welcome to Reviews of Ryan, and today on the channel I'm going to talk about the brand new action horror film called Wyrmwood Apocalypse. I want to thank the wonderful people over at Shudder for letting me see this movie early. The film will be out on digital platforms on April the 14th. The film is directed by Kaya Roach Turner, and I have never seen any of her films, and I was interested to see what this would bring. I'd like to ask, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, comment below your thoughts on this film, and also turn on the notification bells so you never miss any videos that I make. And now, without further ado, let's get into my thoughts. In a zombie-infested Australian wasteland, a soldier has dedicated his life to tracking and capturing survivors for the Surgeon General in hopes of finding a cure. The film stars Shantae Barnes-Cohen, Nicholas Bashir, Bianca Brady, David Collins, and Lauren Grimson. So when I received this screener, I really didn't know what to think because I really haven't seen really any zombie movies as of late. I guess you could count Zombieland and maybe Resident Evil, but actual other kind of zombie films, I feel like we don't really get a lot of those. I feel like when we get zombie movies, they're usually on like streaming. Just the fact that I got sent this screening, I was really excited to see a zombie film. And I have to say, going into this film, that there is some pretty good action in this film. The film really relies on this corporal guy that is taking these zombies and he's basically delivering them to the scientist, and the scientist is doing all these different experiments and supposedly trying to find a cure for these zombies. And his sister also is a special kind of zombie that has these different kind of powers. Thought that was very unique touch to this film, as we don't really see that with zombies. Usually they're just kind of walking around and kind of slow, and they're just trying to eat people. I thought that was a very unique touch to having that as a character trait. I felt that the production value was pretty good here. You have plenty of action in this, and it never seems to really slow down. The film really feels like a low-grade version of Mad Max. The blood and gore that is in this, it feels very practical. They add a little bit of comedy. Just don't expect going into this film a really good story or really great writing. And also, the film is a direct sequel to Wyrmwood Road of the Dead, which was made in 2015. I enjoyed that we have this general. He is finding all these different zombies and they're picking them off one at a time, but also delivering these different zombies to this scientist that is doing all these different experiments, and he's like a mad kind of scientist, if you want to call it that. I really wish that in this film we had a big swarming of zombies and just picking people off. There never really was that kind of action in the film, and I really just love a good zombie swarm and people just getting killed and eaten to bits. So that was something that was a little bit disappointing about the film. But the cons of this film, there is some ridiculous moments where characters should be dead. There is also moments in the film that I felt that even though it has a lot of action, the action kind of hurts the film a little bit because there's a lot of quick cuts. There's some scenes where the camera work isn't the best. Editing that isn't the best of what I would like in a film. It's a little bit low grade because it is kind of a lower grade kind of zombie film. There's also no world building in this, and the motivations of the characters are not always the best. I just felt that for the most part, there really wasn't a lot of standout characters in this, and the film just feels kind of okay to me. Overall, I didn't mind this film. I felt that it had enough action to really keep me entertained, and I never really felt that I wanted to shut off this film. It really just doesn't really have a great story to it, and it just feels kind of mediocre to me, and that's why I'm gonna give a score of this film a 2.5 out of 5. I think it's worth a watch, and I would be interested in seeing the first film to get a grasp on this world building, because I would imagine the first film has a lot of world building as to why we got to the point we're at with this sequel. And if I would have known that before going into this film, I probably would have watched that, and maybe I would have even enjoyed this film a little bit more. But I have seen a lot of the ratings for the first film, and they're very similar to the rating that I'm giving this second film at 2.5 stars. So that is my rating for this, 2.5 out of 5. It's an okay watch. Check it out on VOD on April 14th. Let me know your thoughts down below. Did you like this film? Do you think it could have been better? Do you feel it has that Mad Max vibe that I discussed? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on my next one.